we're live. We
We
are
are
live.
live.
All right,
And
everybody.
this
Welcome
is the
to
best
the best
experience.
experience.
Oh yes, oh yes. And with the best experience, you
Hmm?
got your host Nick Best and myself,
Never heard of
and
him.
never heard of him.
Yeah.
And with that, with the best experience, we have a Patreon, and for those who like
Hmm.
to support what we're doing and you know want to show a little love our way, you can go down to the Patreon and join. We have two tiers. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? So we appreciate that. And with that, you get your name. Every new pay tier member gets their name mentioned on the live stream. So that is
Yeah.
our perk there. You
Yeah.
know.
So,
So
Stephen Lynn, thank you very much. We appreciate you
thank you
very
for
much.
joining us.
Thank you for joining.
And one of the other perks too is right after we actually mention our new members, we
Hmm.
have fan questions. People come in, they can drop it in there
Hmm.
for in the live stream, and they can put it into the chat in the Patreon, and we will answer your questions. You know what I'm saying? So if you have
Yeah.
something you want to know about Nick, or training, nutrition,
Hmm.
his career, you name it, you know what I'm saying, we'll open up and answer those questions.
Yeah. Yeah. So, first question for today, since we're jumping right to it. After decades of competing at the highest levels in strength sports, from powerlifting world championships to multiple world's strongest man appearances, um, what's one lesson about training, recovery, or competition that you wish every young athlete truly understood? Yeah, not to be in a hurry. To be quite honest with you, a lot of these young kids are in such a hurry to get there. They're not taking their time to build it the right way. And
Yeah.
they're in a hurry. They don't understand what it takes for the body to heal, how long the healing times should be. They read online that the bodybuilders heal at this time and this guy heals this time, and the healing times aren't right yet. And they don't understand that. And so where muscle recover in 2 to 3 days, the tendons and ligaments don't heal for between 6 and 8 days. And if you're worried about competing in strength sports, the most important thing that needs to heal is the tendons and ligaments. If the tendons and ligaments don't heal and the muscle gets stronger faster than the connective tissue can withstand your tendons and ligaments, you're going to run into injuries. You're going to run into problems. And in some cases, it'll drastically shorten people's careers. It really
Yeah.
will. And so the biggest thing is patience, and it's the hardest thing because the kids just want to train and train and train and overtrain and throw in more reps here and throw in more reps there. It's like, dude, just stick to the plan. If you stick to the plan and have faith in the plan and work the plan, you're going to get where you want to be. And the amount of rest that you get between everything, if you fully recovered when you come in, including your tendons and connective tissue, you're almost never going to get hurt unless you do something moronically stupid. But if you don't do that, you'll almost never get hurt, which is
Yeah.
that's the goal. If you can get through things without getting broken, without getting damaged, your slow methodical process will get you there. 33 pounds on a lift a year, on each lift a year for 10 years, it turns you from an average lifter to world class, world champion level lifter. And it's just having that
Yeah.
kind of patience over a decade to put that work in. And then you'll really start to see the results. And after that, the results are, the gains are a little slower, which is fine. I mean, if you put on 20 pounds in a year on each lift, after that first 10 years, you're doing great. You're really doing great. You improve 60 pounds on a 2,200-pound total, 2260, and then the next year it's 2320, and the next year it's 2380, and the next year you're in the 2400s, which is not a whole lot of people get to that. So it's understanding that and putting the work in and taking the patience. There's no quick route to it if you want to last. You can get there fast. You can get there fast, but you're not going to last very long. Your career, you might be in and done and over in 10 years. Whereas the other careers, if you do it right and you build it right, you can be there 20, even 30 years.
Yep.
It's possible. It can be done. But you have to do it right. So I just wish people would have patience and understand how long it takes to heal from everything. And this is the discipline to be doing the right thing almost all of the time. You can you can fudge a little here and fudge a little there. Go out and have a couple beers here, once or twice a year, not once or twice a month, once or twice a year.
Yeah.
When you're celebrating some things, and then you know eat eat a little off what you would normally be eating,
Hmm.
a couple times a month. That's fine, but you still need to stick to a pretty decent diet, especially if you're trying to, if you put on 10 pounds of muscle in a year, you do that 10 years in a row, you're 100 pounds heavier. And that's possible.
Yep.
10 pounds is doable. 10
Yeah.
pounds is very doable. You're 100 pounds heavier a decade later. I ended up, when I graduated high school, I was like 195 pounds. And the heaviest I got was 325 pounds. So I ended up putting on 130 pounds of muscle over, probably 20, 30 years, which is great. I mean, it
Yeah.
was muscle. It's still here. I'm still 295. It's not going anywhere. It's good muscle. I'm still training, still doing stuff. It's still here. So
Exactly.
slow, methodical builds over decent periods of time. It's a matter of doing the grind. It's a matter of putting the work in. It's a matter of building the tendon and ligament strength to hold on to everything, and the bone density to stay in one piece. It makes a big, big difference. Just take your time. Okay, that's the end of that one.
Yeah, but everything you're saying is true because that's exactly it. And also too, everything he's saying here can be applied to regular everyday life, just not training. Because what he's saying
Mhm,
is all the training, everything you do, you build it over time, and guess what? That bone density, that muscle density,
mhm.
that's the key for a long life, right
Oh
there.
yeah,
A lot of ailments.
yeah. It'll make the quality of your life better all throughout your life, even
Yeah,
when you get hurt. I mean, God knows in the last few years I've had my issues, but you know what? I'm still here, still going, still lifting, still doing
yeah,
all this stuff. My
exactly.
body can recover from it. I can recover from things that I shouldn't be able to recover from, and
Well, and
that's
that's the thing
one of
too
the
is you're
reasons.
recovering from not a deficit. You know what I'm saying? Because if
Yeah,
if like a lot of people, you get injured, you're stationary, you're not
yeah,
training, you're not working, so
yeah,
you lose. But if you have
yep.
surplus of muscle, surplus of strength, surplus of, and so when that deficit hits, it's not a big blow.
Right. Well, and then your body comes back from it. The muscle memory comes back from it. So but again, it's coming back and having the patience. Like with my mom, she was in a car accident and the car rolled like 8 times. She broke
Mhm.
8 ribs and broke her wrist in 2 places. She's, doing better. She's doing great. She's moving around. Movement creates the healing, blood in, blood out. So, don't sit and sedentary. If she's just sat in the hospital bed and did nothing, yeah, and just waited for it to heal on its own, it's going to heal super slow. She's never gonna have problems. She's up, she's walking around in the walker. Does it hurt her? Yeah. Is she comfortable? No. But every day she gets a little better. And I mean, the difference between where she was 2 weeks ago and where she is now is night and day. Because she gets up in
Exactly.
that on that walker and she's doing 3 and 4 laps around that hospital. So it's good around the whole entire hospital. So she's doing well. She's cruising along. She's getting everything back, and I mean her ribs are getting less painful, which is good. Her stamina is coming back. And it's the same thing. I got an older, very dear friend of mine named Bruce, and he popped his quad uh, off his knee while stepping off a treadmill. It was just a freak accident. And he's like, "Oh, I'm never gonna be." I go, "Yes, you will. Don't listen to don't listen to the people that are being negative about it. You will. It's just going to take time. Get it reattached, and we'll get you back to where you were." And here we are, 4 months later. He's walking around really good. He's doing things really good. He just deadlifted 100. He side handle deadlifted 150 pounds for
Nice.
3 sets of 5 um, the other day, or 5 sets of 3, excuse me, the other day. And you know what? It was good. At 76, he was able to side handle deadlift 300 pounds before he fell. Now he's
Yeah.
doing reps with half that weight, but you know what? It will come back. He's going to the
Exactly.
gym. He's putting the work in. He's doing the right things, and he's taking care of himself. It's just what you're willing. If you're willing to put the work in for recovery, it'll be there and your recovery will get back to normal. It was the same thing with my thumb. My thumb was broke really bad, but I
Oh
put the
man, it
work
was
in.
twice the size. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? And people
yeah,
are just freaked out on it's healed and it's basically almost normal.
yeah. It's in the 90% of normal. I can pick up a 55-pound bumper plate now and just squeeze it and pick it up again. So I mean, it's the grip's coming back. Everything's going well with it. So
Yep.
it's just putting the work in and putting the time in. And even though it sucks and doesn't feel good when you're going through it, it's accepting that and moving forwards. So,
Yep.
uh, next question: during your strongest competitive years, what was training experimental or unconventional? I hope. Okay. Unconventional method. You tried that surprise. What methods did you try that worked surprisingly well, and which one completely backfired?
Mhm.
Well, there's things that worked better than others. You got to find that any exercise is better than no exercise
Yeah.
when you're doing things. Some things work a lot better than others. You heal from some things a lot better than others. You learn what your body heals from. So, I mean, you do a 12-week training cycle of, you know, geez, just you pick a method and do a 12-week training cycle for it. Pick the weights, set everything up,
Yep.
see where your body's at when you start, see where it's at when it's finished. And then after that one, try a different training cycle. James is really, really good at that. One of my training partners. He's extremely knowledgeable. He's very well educated and he likes to try a whole bunch of different methods. And then when he finds something that works for him, and then it doesn't hurt when you call Ed Cohen and go, "Hey, what do you think
Yeah.
of this?" And he's like, "Well, let's try it, see how it goes." And then he'll walk
Exactly.
you through things as well. I mean, it really helps. Things that backfired for me, for the most part, was when I was younger. I was just overtraining. I was doing way too much, way too much. I could have healed much faster if I'd have got my the amount of my sets right.
Yeah.
The weight and the reps wasn't actually that bad. I made pretty good choices with that, but the amount of work sets, like I do four heavy sets of low rows. So I do my warm ups and then four work sets of lat pull downs, four sets of wide grip lat pull downs. And I just really just do too much. Leg press, I would go in there and I'd put every plate on there and do a set of 20 and then drop a plate and do as many as I can, drop another plate, do as many as I can, drop another plate and do as many as I can. It was just way too much work. If I want to do a drop set now, I'd probably load the thing up all the way, do a set till I couldn't do anymore, pull three plates off and do it again, and then pull three plates off and do it again, and then pull three plates off. And I'm probably good at that point.
Yeah.
So and that would be like the major exercise. I might do one or two more, a couple sets of leg extensions, and then maybe one other thing for the quads, like a Zercher squat or some other like a lunge or something. And then quads are done. Just go to work in my hamstrings and that's it. Because people overtrain so bad. The desire is great. It is awesome, but just understand how your body works. And if you're up at night after training hard and you're sweating when you're trying to sleep and stuff like that, you're overtrained. Plain and
Yeah.
simple. You did too much. Cut the sets down a little bit. Don't cut the weight down, don't cut the reps or wherever. Just cut the amount of sets. So if you're doing 4 sets, cut to 2. If you're doing 3 sets, 1, maybe 2. And if you're doing 2 sets, well, then you probably got it right. You're probably doing 7 different exercises. So cut from 7 for that body part to maybe 3 or 4 and put the good work in. Good work, good work's good work. When the muscle's torn, the muscle's torn. Keep
That's it.
tearing it apart and beating it up just makes it take longer to heal. So overtraining is probably even worse than undertraining to a certain degree. I mean,
Yeah.
undertraining to where you go out, you do one thing and leave. Yeah, no, that's not going to work for you. But going out, putting some good work in, getting a couple, 2, 3 good work sets in and switching exercises and maybe having between 3 and 5 total exercises. So you're going between, 6 and 10 working sets. That's plenty.
Oh
It's
yeah.
plenty. It's especially when you're working for strength. I mean, it's plenty. It's so easy to overtrain. It really is. And
Oh
then
yeah.
your tendons and ligaments get beat up worse, and the whole thing just takes longer. So
Well,
that's
let's
kind of the
pivot a
stuff that
little. Like
backfired.
well, like let's like even when I read the question, I kind of thought was like training method, as in like your deadlift stance. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, you
Yeah,
went from
and
sumo to bench.
I did do a lot of experimental things with my deadlift stance, my squat technique, my bench technique, my overhead technique. Which it's funny, I'm now actually developing good overhead technique now, which is weird. I mean, if I'd have
Well,
done
training
the
never stops.
yeah, training never stops. But some of the things that I'm doing now, I wish I kind of would have did 20 years ago. My overhead press probably would have been much better than it was. But it's cool, and I'm just finding things that work for me, and then passing it on to the next generation, stuff like that. I mean, I'm telling you, wait till you guys see Justin in a few years.
There
This
you go.
17-year-old kid, he's gonna be a handful for people. But he really is, and the desire that I see coming out of him just totally feeds me too. It really just kind of makes me remember what it was like when I was that age, and I was just so hungry. And a lot of stuff with him is kind of like tempering him a little bit, making sure he's a little bit more under control with things and much more
Yeah,
focused on what he's doing instead of just going and going raw. Because
yeah,
he's got the kid. I can tell you this: kid's got no off switch.
yeah,
He's got no off switch. So just kind of like Martins when he was a kid, you could see it. He had no off switch, and he can just push. This kid can push himself to the point of breaking. So,
there we
which is
go.
good, but it's going to be, my job to kind of be like, hey, whoa, whoa,
Reel them back. Yeah,
come back
let's be
just a
smart
little
about
bit.
this.
We're going to be okay. We can get up
That's
to the
it.
line, but let's not cross over that line. So,
Exactly.
and the cool part is for the most part, he's listening. So that's good.
That's good.
Really,
Real good.
I'm really, really impressed with him. He's gonna be fun in a couple years.
Oh yeah.
So it's just so there's a lot of training. There's a lot of different ways to do things, and you find out what works. You really do. Right now, find things that make you well rounded, that make you stable, stuff like that. But experiment with your stance. I mean, I found that deadlift stance, and I ended up pulling way more out of that stance than I did when I was pulling sumo. I really did, like 140 pounds more that I could pull sumo when I was, powerlifting when I was younger, which is great. I mean, 843 is a lot better than 705 any day.
That's
So
it.
it's just you find things that work and you continue to do them. So I was very happy when I played with that. But Strongman didn't have sumo, so I had to switch styles, and it turns out that was a better style once I figured it out. So play with foot placement, play with hand placement, play with every bit of it. Some guys bench really good with a wide grip. Some guys bench really good with a close grip. Some guys bench really good with a medium grip. It's all different. It's built on your own levers. It's built it's built on what works best for you. So basically play with the technique. You want to start with the basics and then alter from there to best suit yourself. It's the same
Yep.
thing when you're shooting. I mean, everybody's grip's a little bit different, but you find the grip that works for you when you're holding a firearm, and you're going to shoot a whole lot better, especially the way you brace, the way you hold everything, the way you're able to maintain stability and not move the gun when you're pulling the trigger makes a big difference when you're shooting. And it applies all the way across the board. Find the best technique that works for you, and run with it. Literally run with it.
Yeah.
So same thing with the yoke. Would always start with my feet really close together. I don't. I didn't. When I did my first pick off the ground, when I did that, I threw my hips forwards and pop my hips forwards, and it was more of a hip lift than the legs. And then I just, as the yoke swung, I just started moving my feet with it. So my takeoff off the line was pretty fast, and then I could get up to a really high top speed because at no point in time did the yoke wobble. So
Okay.
it made it to where I could actually run really quick with those. And then you're just moving your feet fast. That's it. And trying to
Oh,
stay
you got some
stable.
fast times.
Yeah, yeah. I had some really fast times. So, but it's just little things that make a big difference in the techniques that you find that work for you. Real,
Exactly.
just that plain and simple. So
All
yeah,
right. Well,
experiment, write things down,
yes,
and
100%. 100%.
try other programs. Find programs that work better for you. Try to figure out what part of that program did work better for you. Was it the rep scheme? Was it the set scheme? Was it the training days or the exercises that were put together, like you did chest, shoulders, and triceps, or you just did chest and triceps by itself and you do shoulders by itself, and how you work the split. It all matters. You find out where it works best for you and you take it and you run with it.
That's it. That's it.
Okay.
All right. Well, let's pivot and let's talk about the road because we talked about it last week and
Yeah.
Nick was pretty much spot on.
On a lot of the things, yeah. I mean, I knew Mitch was going to deadlift well. We
Oh
knew
yeah.
that. I didn't really think
Well, we
anybody
got
was going to be able to
the
beat Mitch
scores.
in the
We got the
deadlift.
points here.
Yeah. So Mitch ended up, where'd it go? Come on. Where'd the weights go? Here we go. So Mitch ended up deadlifting like 981 pounds, which
Yeah.
he probably could have pulled more, to be quite honest with you. But
Yeah.
that's what he
Well,
needed to
he was going
do.
to pull what he needed.
Yeah, he was going to pull when he needed. He's got that deadlift contest with Thor coming up. So yeah,
Okay.
he was going to pull when he needed. Austin has pulled over 1,000 before. Um, and he did about what I thought he would. I thought and Trey ended up fifth at 926. I figured he'd pull a little more of that. Same with Lucas. Like Lucas, I figured would pull. I figured all three of those guys would pull up into the 950 to 976 range.
Yeah.
But you never know what happens or how you come in,
Yeah.
how you feel on that day. You could be off
Yep.
by 2% a day, and that's what's going to happen. Bryce Johnson stepping up with a 951-pound deadlift. That guy just keeps getting bigger and better, and
And strong.
he keeps improving the way he's improving. You look out, he's going to be, and when he gets there, he's going to be there a while. So
Yeah.
he's good. There's a lot of younger guys that are coming up. They're going to be really, really something else. It's going to be fun to watch for the next 5 or 6 years. It really is.
Exactly.
Lucas Hatton came in fourth with 936 pounds.
Yep.
That's pretty solid all the way around. But I think Lucas is probably capable of a little bit more than that. But it's a good lift. Trey Mitchell at
Yep.
926. Now I've seen Trey pull 1,036. Here in Vegas. So I don't know what was off on that day, but it's still not bad. It's fifth overall, so you're right in the middle of the
Yep.
points. But I think he's capable of more than that. Tom Evans had a great deadlift at 911 for him. That's pretty darn solid.
Pretty heavy.
Martine's first contest coming back and 906. He's pulling over 900 again, and he's just getting back into it. I think
Yep.
his next contest is World's Strongest Man, so that's going to be pretty fun to watch. Andrew Burton pulled 856, and Nick Gordione pulled 846, which is a pretty solid deadlift for Nick. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
that's one of his areas where, he keeps improving. He keeps improving 40, 50 pounds every year, or even 20 or 30 pounds a year over the next 3, 4, 5 years. He's
Yeah.
he's going to be right up there with everybody else. The Sear dumbbell. Uh, Dumbbells range from 253 to 325. Holy cow.
That's it.
I think
And it was a
everybody did
tie.
yeah, it was a tie. So Hooper and Lucas Hatton, when Lucas is like unbelievable um,
Yeah.
at the dumbbell. And so's Hooper. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything that Hooper's exceptionally bad at. There's just a couple things where he's just not, you know, he'll get
Well,
second or third.
even with that, Hooper, he came to the
Yeah.
house and remember he did some
Mhm.
dumbbell training at your
Oh
house for
yeah.
the overhead, and that
Yep.
was the first time he's actually ever did it. I think.
Yeah. Yeah. So it was pretty fun to watch.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, so they both did 300 pounds and tied for first place. Austin Andrade did great at 280 pounds. That's pretty that's a lot of weight. And then Trey
That's
did
a
the
lot of
same
weight.
thing,
Yep.
which is great for Trey. Thomas Evans did 274, so did Nick Gordione,
Yep.
that's pretty big for Nick. I mean, that's
Exactly.
amazing. I'm
And we
super
had three
happy for him.
ties:
Yeah.
tie for first, tie for third, tie for fifth.
So and then Martins comes in at 253 pounds for 1 rep. So
Yeah.
that's seventh in the first two events, and he ended up third. So what's that tell you?
Yeah.
So Bryce didn't get any of the weights, and neither did Andrew Burton. So that's a place. Bryce has got a good overhead, so that's something maybe he needs to work on and get a little coaching for,
Technique, all that. Yeah.
a little bit of technique change, things like that, because he's strong enough to do the 253. I think.
That's it.
Uh, Stone to shoulder.
Austin
uh,
Andrade.
yeah, oh yeah. Um, all right, stone to shoulder. It's Ode Hagen's, stone that's out there. Austin got. Am I looking at this right? Yeah. So Austin Andrade got 3 reps plus one. I think got one extra point, and then
Yeah.
Martine's got 3 reps,
Yep.
which I knew he was going to do really well on that one. That was a
Yeah.
given.
Absolutely.
Austin was a surprise on how well he did with it. Austin's really good at it, but I didn't realize he was that good at it. But that was
Exactly.
awesome. That's more
Yeah.
power to him. Bryce Johnson, 2 reps, and then plus 6 points. So
Yep.
that's doing pretty good. Mitchell Hooper, who zeroed it last time in front of Arnold, got 2 reps this year with 5 points. So that put him fourth place in that one. So 2 firsts and a fourth. So that's doing pretty good. I mean, it's damage control right there, which is great.
Oh yeah.
Uh, um, Trey Mitchell got 2 reps. I I I think Trey probably just needs to get his hands around that thing more, and I think
Yeah.
he'll be fine with it. Play with it a little bit more, because Trey picking up stones is like unreal. Thomas Evans got a rep. That's awesome. And then Nick, Lucas, and Andrew got a no lift. So that's
Oh,
going to
this
hurt.
on here it shows Nick got 3 points. So I'm not too sure on that. Maybe this
I
picture is
think they're
not
talking
right.
about with the big heavy one.
Oh, okay.
So
Oh yeah, yeah. No, that is exactly it. Yeah, that is the big heavy.
so okay. And then
And then
stone
Lucas
drag.
and
This thing was
well, yeah, let's go into
crazy.
the leaderboard on day one, which is right here.
Yeah.
It was Hooper
And then
and
Austin, they were tied for
Austin
first.
tied.
Yeah.
Exactly, exactly. So that was insane. When I saw that, I was just like, "Hey, that's a big ups for Austin right there," because you know what I'm saying he's been freaking putting in that work to get that first die for that day.
He really is.
Yeah, Trey came in third. Lucas came in fourth. Martins was tied with Bryce for fifth place.
Mm-hmm.
Thomas Evans at 7. Nick Gordione at 8, and Andrew Burton at 9. So that was a hell of a first day.
Yeah. Oh, for
Hell of a
sure.
first day. That's it. And then we got Stone to Drag, which
Stone
was
to
this was
drag.
an interesting event.
Yeah, because that thing was like nuts.
And
Starting
Martins
with
got heart,
35-foot guinea
which we
stone
all
carry.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guinea stones weigh 414 and 318. Always
Yep.
I don't know if that's right, but it's pretty darn close.
Yeah.
Traditionally, they carry the stones the same time in each hand. However, the athletes were also allowed to move them individually using a duck walk technique, which I think a lot of the guys did because it was a heck of a lot faster to do it that way.
Yeah. And Martins,
Um,
man.
Martins just killed it.
Yeah.
He finished the course in 1 minute and 31.23 seconds. And then
And if
Bryce
you watch
Johnson,
that, yeah.
big Bryce, with all that body mass and stuff, did it 131.97. So there's a
Yep.
little over a half a second between them on something that big and that major. That's crazy.
Yeah.
And
And
then Nick carried everything in,
Nick,
got third place,
yep.
plus 2, so he went 26 26 feet with it. Mitchell Hooper did what he needed to do. He did the um, cap plus 3 with 24, 24 feet 9 inches.
Yep.
Thomas Evans did the cap plus 3 at 22.11 inches. Andrew Burton did cap plus 3, 22 feet 7 inches. Lucas did cap plus 4 at 18 feet 11 inches. Austin Andrade did cap plus 5, 14 feet 1 inch. Now that's going to hurt. And then Trey did cap plus 5, 12 feet 8 inches, which that's going to hurt Trey a little, quite a bit.
Yeah. That's
But
it.
you see the points jumble around a little bit right there.
Yeah. Big
But
time.
yet again, Mitch is fourth.
Yep. Right in the middle.
So right in the middle, real consistent. The
Yep.
Austrian oak.
Here we go. Big Trey.
Yeah. Big Trey, 495 kilos, 430 pounds. Cleans and presses it
Insane.
for 5 ungodly reps. That is
Exactly.
absolutely amazing. Way to go, Trey. I
That's
just
it.
about fell off the stool at work I was sitting on when I was watching that. I was like, "Oh my god, did he really just do that?"
That's it.
Um, yeah, that was quite possibly one of the most amazing things because I'm not even sure if Sadrunas lifted that thing that many times. So that
Yeah.
was pretty impressive. And then you got Lucas Hatton and Thomas Evans,
Yep.
both with four
Right.
four reps. Yeah,
Yep.
so that's both of those guys. Trey and Lucas were at the bottom of the last one. Now they're both up at the top of this one. Thomas Evans is getting good points, up in
Yep.
third place, and then in fourth place, here we go again.
Right.
Mitchell Hooper, 3 reps with
And Austin.
430 pounds, and Austin at
Yep.
430 pounds. So the thing that cost Austin, was the event before that. So
Yep.
right now, Mitchell's still looking pretty good because the people that are doing better than some things have already had a bad event.
Yep.
Mitchell just was consistent all the way through it. Then they got to the ramp.
Martine.
Yep, the ramp rage.
All
And
right.
where is
Hey,
Martins?
you definitely called the dark
Okay.
horse on this one for that ramp rage.
Oh, I knew Nick was going to kill that event. I
Yeah.
knew he was going to, and he did. He
Hmm.
got out of there, showed what he could do, and he's quick and he could, that guy can move. And his technique on it is also very, very good. So kind of knew that. Andrew Burton came in and did 44 seconds. Nick did 38.
Yep.
Martins Lisix came in, finished in 49 seconds. Now on the Austrian oak, he got sixth place with 2 reps. So not great, not bad, but still good points. So he
Yep.
comes in here, he gets third place, good points. Lucas Hatton, 49 points. Trey Mitchell, or fourth place. Trey Mitchell, fifth place in 1:17. Austin Andrade, sixth at 1 minute and 21 seconds. Bryce did had cap plus 1, 29 feet, and then Thomas Evans, who looked like he hurt his bicep a little bit there. Sorry,
Yeah.
Tom, heal up quick, bud. Went 26-10 with one cap left, with one implement left. And
Oh
then
yeah.
Hooper did cap 1 and didn't bother going at all with the last one because he didn't need to. He was that
Yeah.
far ahead from winning the first 2 events and then getting fourth, and win. So he was so far ahead after those.
Yeah.
He didn't need to go all out, which is smart because he doesn't beat himself up either.
Yep.
Promoters don't like it because they want to see you going all out on everything. But thing is it doesn't make sense to do that.
Yeah.
He's got other things on the line and things coming down the line. So
Exactly.
congratulations, Mitch. That's your fourth one. You're halfway to
That's it.
Sadrunas.
That's it.
So
That's it. And we
that
had
that's
Mitch is
that's pretty good.
first. Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that's really good. That might even I'm trying to think. because I know B got 3, and I think Thor got 3. Trying to think of who else got 3. Poundstone got 2. Cedrunas got 8.
Yeah.
I think Lawless got 1. Trying to think of who else. That might be the most besides Cedrunas. So
There you
kind of
go.
kind of interesting on that one. I'd have to
Player-
double check it on the
Yeah.
internet, but I can't do that right at
You
this
know.
moment. So that's pretty cool. And then the women, Olga won the women's, which was
Yep.
absolutely amazing, being consistent.
That's it.
Lucy Underdown pulled an amazing 701. That's
Oh yeah.
just that
Insane.
that woman can deadlift on any bar.
Yep.
The hard part about the elephant bar is it's going to wiggle a lot. And so your core stability, you have to have a really strong core. You can you can pull more, but it's really hard to stabilize it at the top if you pull too hard too fast. And as
Yeah.
you're pulling, if it's not smooth, it's going to jerk all over the place and
Yeah.
make it hard to do anyway. But and then Jennifer Lyle pulled 681 and Olga did 621, which is absolutely insane. Um, that's just absolutely killing it. The overhead gauntlet, okay, I know,
Yep.
you know, pretty much expected. 195 pounds for 1 rep. Olga did the 190 for 1 rep. So now real consistent in there because Olga was third. Now here's Olga the second. Inez was seventh with 581 in the deadlift. So, here she is consistent, which is going to put her up near the top right off the gate. I think she was in first place after that. Um,
Yeah.
Angelica Jardine did 180 pounds. Melissa Peacock 170. Katie 170 also. So it's pretty heavy dumbbell.
Oh yeah.
So
Oh yes.
stone to shoulder, Angelica Jardine did 7 reps. That was absolutely out of control. That
Oh yeah.
thing, yeah, that was pretty crazy. And then Inez comes back with 6, and Olga had 6. Now Inez had 5. The bonus points on the side was at 5, so Inez got second, Olga got third, and then Hannah got 2 reps. So there was a big difference between first, second, and third were very far ahead of fourth and everybody else down.
Yeah.
Lucy got no lift. So I mean, and her back's really strong. It's probably just a technique thing, but
Yeah.
it's a pretty big separation when you get 7, 6, 6, and 2. Um,
Yes.
yeah, so those girls are just on this event are just really good. Um, the stone drag event, first lady had to carry 2 large stones combined with the weight 425 pounds, load them onto a sled, and then the next task was to pull it back. Now,
Yeah.
Angelica, again, had a great event here. Um, 49, 49 seconds. Lucy Underdown, 108. Olga, again, in the top 3, 110.75.
Yep.
And then Hannah Inez went down a little bit. She was at 1.44. So she kind of fell down a little bit. It's being the most consistent throughout everything is what's going to put you at the top.
Exactly.
Um, the American Oak, 269. Inez got 6 reps with 269.
And
Unbelievable. That's absolutely amazing. Angelica got 5 reps. Olga got 5 reps. So again, top 3.
yep.
Again, in the top 3, right where she needed to be. Katie Blundering got 3 reps with 269. And then Jennifer Lyle got 2 reps. And then everybody else used the lighter logs.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's the consistency of being up there. Inez is up there, but she had a couple where she dropped down a little bit, which you know brought her back a little bit. Where'd it go? The seventh in the deadlift, and wow, I'm doing good here. And the 5th in the stone drag, it hurts a
Yeah.
little bit. So the consistency throughout these things, and the rampage, Inez absolutely killed it. in 35 seconds. Who's right behind
Yep.
her? Olga getting second
Okay.
place in 38.92 seconds, which
That's
gave her the
it.
win. That's what gave her the win. It's just the consistency all the way through. I don't think.
Yeah, she really didn't have any bad
Yeah,
events.
Olga didn't have any bad events, and she didn't win an event. She got second
Yeah,
and third. She either got second or third in these events, which
that's
is
it.
why she won. She got second in that one. Hannah Lindsay got third in the up the ramp, and Melissa Peacock got fourth in it in 43 seconds, which is saying something right there. That's
Yeah,
going running up that ramp. That ramp gets real really fast when you're going uphill
real
with
fast.
these things. So congratulations to everybody. An amazing events to watch for both the men and the women. It's just
Yep.
super entertaining and it's super fun. So congratulations to all of you. Job well done. It's fun to watch, and it's fun to look at it, see where they were successful, see where people miss on technique things, and little things make a big difference at that level. You know,
That's it.
it's kind of funny how it is, but every little bit when the competition's all that close together makes a big difference. So, but moving on, what else is going on?
Well, well, not too much else is going on.
We're
Uh,
segueing out of
we
this
actually,
now.
yeah. Well, now it's time to take ourselves out of it because guess what? We covered it. We talked about our predictions from last week and
Yep.
covered the because you were basically spot on in the positionings and even in each individual event for these men.
Well, as I was
There's
talking about the guys in the events, I figured I was a little Austin did better in a couple of events,
Yep.
and did great. God bless him. I couldn't
Yeah.
be more happy for him, more proud of him too. So that was kind
Exactly.
of cool. The stone lift, I knew he would do pretty good, but I didn't realize he was going to do that good. So that's awesome.
Exactly.
Congratulations. Very well deserved.
Exactly.
So,
Well, for everyone listening, this is the best experience.
yeah,
Join our Patreon because our Patreon,
yeah.
it supports us in doing this, and
Mhm.
you know what I'm saying. A
Keeps the
little bit
lights on.
more of Nick, exactly.
Yeah.
and
So, go ahead.
oh no, I was gonna say, go ahead, Nick, and take us on out of here today.
Okay. Well, as always, go out there and just go out there and be kind. You know, be nice to people, and go out there, train hard, train smart, and be the best you can be. Because at the end of the day, you're the only person you got to answer to. So, have a great day, and we'll see you next time.